This video will show you how to create a note using eCareNotes. Go to https://eCareNotes.com and log in with your username and password. Once you're logged in, you're going to create, you're going to click on the speech recognition icon up here on the right. Before you do that, you want to make sure you have your external microphone plugged in. Then you can click on the icon and it will bring up the voice note application. The first thing you want to do when you go in here is come down and select your external headset, and that'll give you the best quality. The second thing you want to do is select the report type that you want to create. And I'm going to pick a progress note here, and it's going to pre-populate it with my template that I've already set up. You can put patient information in the top here, and if you're printing out the report, this patient information of course gets formatted and put out in the report real nicely. Even if you're just creating a body report and pasting it into the EMR, you could still put in patient information just because it will save this in your queue, and at a later time you could always go back and find it if you want to. But I'm going to go ahead and start creating the note, and the way you do that is with the F4 function key. When you click F4, it's going to turn on the microphone and it's going to move you to the next default value in your report. And then you can start dictating. When you're done, at that point it'll recognize everything you say. Then you click F4 to turn off your mic, and at that point it'll format it and put it in that spot. And let me just start with that. 1 period, hypertension, comma, adequate control, period. 2 period, hyperlipidemia, period. Next line, 3 period, gout, period. Okay, now what I wanted to show you here is you could see I said after I said hyperlipidemia, I said next line, and it took me to the next line there, but I didn't say that between 1 and 2. If there's any mistakes in here, you can actually click in here and just edit it with your keyboard anywhere you want. However, it works best whenever you basically say everything you want it to do. You can say all the punctuations, next lines, next paragraphs, everything like that will actually let you come up with the best quality of the report and have to do less fixing up and less typing. I'm going to move on by clicking on F4 here and doing the plan. Last lipid panel was 6 months ago, comma, which was completely normal, period. Recheck lipid panel and basic chem with uric acid in 6 months, period. Click the F4 to turn it off. It'll do the same thing. It'll process it down there in the right hand corner and then put it up there. The other thing you can do is if you don't have the default value and you want to dictate somewhere else, you can just put the cursor there. So let's say you want to dictate at a position. You don't want to dictate at this default value. You want to dictate down here at the end. You actually want to put some information, so you could just put the cursor there and then click the F4 to turn on the mic again. Past medical history is pertinent for hypertension and hyperlipidemia, period. Varicosities in left lower leg have been asymptomatic, period. He stays active, comma, playing soccer and coaching soccer a number of days a week, period. Next paragraph. He is a non-smoker, period. Rare alcohol intake, period. And basically, if you do that, you see it's just going to formalize it and put it wherever you have the cursor. Basically, this is once you're done here, you're going to want to go in here and you're going to want to clean this up and make sure everything's spelled correctly and everything. Once you're done, you have 3 options down here. One is submit, and submit is just going to save this report. So if you want to basically copy this report and copy it and paste it in your EMR, then you could just hit on submit and it's going to submit the report. If you click on accept, it's going to format that report with your electronic signature and basically put it in a format that you can print it out as a signed report. And then a third option is send to editor, and if you have a long report here and you want a transcriptionist to actually take care of it and format it for you, you can click on send to editor. It'll go to that transcriptionist who will fix it, then it'll show back up in your queue once it's done. And there's another video you can go to see how to manage your queue and to find saved reports in that. But for this is pretty much, I'm going to submit this and basically call this a done report. Once you do that, you can select the work type again, and you can go on and do another report.